unraveling doubts, ensuring truth in Lilly and Jack's mysterious disappearance.
About Lilly and Jack. After the live stream, I went look for it, and yeah, it's pretty shocking, actually.
That's YouTuber Michelle After Dark apparently breaking a scoop about the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan from Nova Scotia. The only problem is, I don't think it's real, because that's as much of this alleged Facebook post as we see in Michelle's video. And that's a problem because,
again, we're going to call it alleged because I don't want to blast any channels. I don't want, somebody saying this or that. I'm just following the leads. I wanted to continue with that lead and clear this up before reporting to you today. And I wasn't able to do that. That is not a good idea for anybody to put fake information or false information, and shame on whoever really did that, because not only can you get in trouble with law enforcement, you're messing with the investigation, you're messing with people's news sources, right? If you think that's a news source and you're reposting, maybe the Crime and Shame didn't know. And I didn't even know about them before this. So I don't know if they stream all the time or not, but I saw them streaming. I went over there, and this is what the result is.
there's literally no reason for it to be cropped so tight. We can't see when it was posted, the URL, who liked it, or any sort of context. And even when Michelle said earlier that this post was brought up on her live stream, she didn't say that she found the actual post itself. She just said that she looked for it and that it was shocking. In other words, she may have also only seen these two unverified, uncorroborated, contextless screenshots. And without a link to the original post, we don't even know if the face next to the post is actually the person who posted it. I'll link Michelle's channel below, and hopefully she can provide me with the link to that Facebook post, and I will have made this video in vain. Unsurprisingly, I'm still waiting for the link to that Facebook post. Even less surprisingly, I'm still waiting for Crime and Shame to show me these messages from Daniel in her browser, rather than a bizarre screenshot. If she is actually the victim of a third-party hoax, she should be asking for those things herself before she runs with them all over YouTube. All right, without further ado, let's watch.
Before I get into this video, I want to give credit to a channel called It's a Crime and Shame, who will be linked below. She has been doing great work covering this case, and had a conversation with Daniel. The texts were put out on her channel, but has since been removed because of the hate Malaya started getting online, and people twisting the texts to suit their own narrative. As many of you know, I share everything in a case, and at this point, the texts have made its way all over social media, from Facebook.
Yeah, I was looking and it's saying Daniel Martell airing his dirty laundry. I mean, episodes are running with this, and then people are pointing their finger even more. All right, even more. And that sucks. Now, I don't know any of these people. So if you guys support Crime and Shame and they're this fantastic channel, great. I hope so. I hope that they didn't share it on purpose, but whoever did create that, that's terrible. And I did go over there to try to find out and help, and I was not successful. I was not successful at all. What's up, Sharon? Good to see you, my friend, my beautiful Leo twin. Happy Tuesday.
Book groups to TikTok. It's everywhere. I'm going to share them. Some of the things that Daniel had to say are definitely interesting, but like everything that comes from an online source, let's take it with a grain of salt. This text reads, Lilly and Jack called me dad. They came for me for everything, never Malaya. She had no control over the kids. They were wild with her, and with me, listened and were well behaved. I promised myself I'd always be there for Malaya and the kids, and I am holding that promise.
Before we get too deep, I just want to make two things clear. First, Evil Exists covered his bases by giving that disclosure. He can't personally confirm.
And there you go. Deception detectives in the house, you guys. YouTube police, he says. All right. So we want to know too. I didn't know anything about that. I was doing my research on the case. I saw it and I said, oh no, we need to address this. So great. If they're going live in a couple of hours to prove DD wrong, fantastic. I went over there to go check it out and I got nothing, nada, and zilch. So Deception Detective, they're going to prove you wrong. Good for them. Good for them. I hope so. I don't want any YouTube channel to be in that predicament that T-Rev put himself in. Now, Deception Detective says she wouldn't show you the Facebook either. No, I asked her, DD, I said, can you talk to DD so we can make a video to debunk it? And she said, No, she called you defective detective. And I had never heard defective detective before, but I still love you. So I really do hope that either the text messages are true and somebody comes forward, or that they're debunked and she gets the opportunity to debunk them. I see a lot of people in here standing up for those messages. Brenda says the crime machine was live when they came through. No one else had the info until she posted the video live. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
Firm where these messages came from. And for me, that's good enough disclosure. Second, I don't think it's a coincidence that Crime and Shame took down her live stream where she originally presented these supposed messages from Daniel after she found out that my subscribers and I were watching her and we were skeptical. Remember, the hallmark of a hoaxer is reticence. They only want to show as much as they have to get away with their hoax. She could easily make me look like a fool by opening up her Facebook, opening up these messages with Daniel, and showing them on her live stream. But she won't do that. Instead, she's just presenting these carefully cropped and curated screenshots. Coincidentally, that's the same problem I have with Daniel Martel himself with his polygraph. He could easily prove me wrong for saying that I don't think he passed it by showing the results, but he won't do that. In other words, one iota of skepticism goes a long way in weeding out misinformation. All right, let's keep watching.
I only wish I could tell you fine details surrounding Malaya and her family and the disappearance. I'll let you know that Malaya was set to stay with me and the baby to leave with my cousin, but 5 minutes with her mother. Malaya changed. She couldn't even look at me. He also added that Malaya is not doing media. She has a lawyer that is the chief's brother from the reserve she belongs to. In another interesting message, we hear about Daniel's mother, and I think this text raised my red flags the highest. It reads, "My mom was napping and came outside because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. Malaya was playing on her phone. Mom came out and said Malaya had a look of worry in her eyes that mom was home. No tears, she wasn't scared the kids were gone. Just a look of worry that she got caught for something wrong."
No, I don't think DD is here to call anybody and say you're just a hoaxer. He said, "This is what I found. This is the research I did. Would you be willing to share that with me so we could make sure?" We're not here to talk nonsense about somebody or make channels look bad. That is not what we do on Guilty of Crime. But I see where DD's coming from in this case. He's been covering it heavily. If you look at every freaking station that's covering the Jack and Lily case, every channel I go on, they're playing DD and his videos that debunk this or debunk that. So we have to take a look at it and say, here's the time he put into it. We've always seen his credibility. So just remember that we're not trying to blast anybody. We're not trying to say, we're trying to figure out where these messages came from, how relevant they are. All right. Now, Deception Detective, he said I asked for proof. For all I know, she's being hoaxed herself. That's what I was getting to. We don't know. That's what I was trying to get to find out if someone hoaxed that channel. That's not good.
I'm going to leave these texts here for you guys to make of it what you will.
On your screen now is the Spotting Hoaxes card from my deception deck, my 52 favorite rules for spotting lies and manipulation. You can see all 4 questions you should ask to sort of assess if something is a hoax or not. I'm just going to read you the one about reticence. Are they reluctant to present their evidence? If they are, you need to be skeptical. In this case, we don't have anyone presenting the original posts that these screenshots came from, and that's a problem. Moreover, the content of the messages themselves have signs of masking, or signs that the author is trying to hide their identity. I won't point out all the clues because I want to be able to spot more hoaxes like this, but I'll just point out one for now. When someone's trying to mask their authorship of a message, they often do way too many typos than a normal person would. And we saw a ton of typos in that Daniel Martel message. We also saw bunches of exclamation marks, which is actually something that It's a Crime and Shame does in her posts. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows? Let's keep watching.
I'm going to leave these texts here for you guys to make of it what you will. For me, there are many red flags. I would love to hear from Daniel's mother directly, but she has never spoken out to the media, which I also find strange. When Malaya noticed the kids were missing, she allegedly asked Daniel if she should call the police, which is a major contradiction of the account she gave in her interview, saying that she called police right away, and it was based.
And before I even played this video, you guys, you know me, I want to find out things too. I watched this and I said, no freaking way. So I went over to the channel and I asked them so that we can get, I don't want people saying that. And I do cover DD all the time. So I tried to do it. Raven says Jay said he posted it from her co-host, Charmaine's Messenger, but it still doesn't answer the question. Where did they come from? I wish Daniel Martell would come out and say, yes, I sent those messages to Charmaine. She said, cry me shame. It didn't look good. It was making Malia look bad, and I asked him to take it down. All right. So, I mean, we're watching this tennis match. I'm just watching this tennis match.
Based on her instinct that they were missing. Daniel also said the kids would go outside mostly with him, because Malia rarely went out with him. He loves Malia more than anything, and wants to relive their first date over waterfalls with the Daniel she first met.
Oh, man.
That's the end of the video, and that's all the messages. So now let's see if anyone proves me wrong. Or was everyone who shared these messages without a disclaimer either too gullible, unscrupulous, or involved to call it out themselves? Check the end card for my Lilly and Jack playlist and my most popular video about spotting hoaxes. Until next time, stay true.
We're stay true, DD. Now we wait for this thing to unfold. I cannot wait because I hear that they're coming on in a bit to debunk this. But we asked Daniel, if you posted those and they're out there and now you regret it, please do reach out and save this channel and save all these channels from arguing with